Hello, my dear family members. I know all of you are curious about the latest questions of TCS NQT. If those are hard or easy, if those are time-taking questions or not, etc., etc. That's why today I'll solve all of your issues, right? Now I'll show you some questions which were asked in TCS NQT on 29th April. So let's get started. But before we proceed, I would recommend you to have the prime materials of TCS NQT, in which I have included all the previous year questions, previous year coding questions, advanced, and all the questions and mock test as well, right? So please knock me at my Insta ID, instagram.com/tekno.ef. You will get it. Okay. So let's start with the first question. That is, what is the unit digit in 2 to the power 2 to the power 22? I hope you know how to solve. If you know, then please give the answer in the comment section. If you don't know, then let me show you how to solve those problems easily, right? So, if this has been asked, then always remember 4 to the power odd, 4 to the power odd digit is equal to 4, right? The unit digit will be 4. And if the number if the number can be represented as 4 to the power even, then the unit digit will be 6, right? And if the number can be represented as 7 to the power 4n, then the unit digit will be 1, right? So in this way, you can represent this number as 4 to the power odd or 4 to the power even or 7 to the power 4n, and it will get the unit digit very easily, right? So let me show you. So in this case, 2 to the power 2, right? That means, okay, so 2 to the power 2 to the power 22. So 2 to the power 2 means 4, right? And 4 to the power 22, which is an even number. So for 4 to the power even, the unit digit will be 6, right? So whatever the options, you have to tick on 6, right? Okay, so let me show you another problem from unit digit so that it will be more clear to you. So let's say, okay, so let me clear it. So let's say the number is 464 to the power 615 multiplied by 2331 to the power 1793 multiplied by 2347 to the power 491, right? If the number is this, then in this case unit digit is 4 to the power 615 multiplied by 1 to the power 1793 and multiplied by 7 to the power 491, right? 491. So how would you represent this? This is 1, right? So we don't have to calculate this. But 4 to the power 615, so this is 4 to the power odd. This can be represented as 4 to the power odd, right? So this will be 1, and this will also be, sorry, 4 to the power odd means 4, right? The unit digit will be 4, and 1 to the power 1793 means 1, right? And in this case 7 to the power 491, how would you represent that? So we can write 7 to the power 49 as 7 to the power, let's say 400, then multiplied by 7 to the power 88 and 7 to the power 3, right? So 400 plus 88 plus 3, that is 491. So we can represent 7 to the power 491 as this, right? So we can say 7 to the power 400 is in the form of 7 to the power 4n, right? 4n means 4 into 100, and this 88 is also can be represented as 4 7 to the power 4n, 7 to the power 4 multiplied uh, 4 multiplied 22, right? So this is also can be represented as 7 to the power 4n. So this becomes 1, this becomes 1, but 7 to the power 3, that is that cannot be represented as 7 to the power 4n. So we have to calculate what is the value of 7 to the power cube, that is 343. So in this case the unit digit will be 3, right? So we know that 7 to the power cube means 343. So the unit digit is 3. So we have written this. So the number will be 4 multiplied by 3, that is 12, and the unit digit will be 2, right? So this type of problem mainly asked in TCS NQT from unit digit. So you have to just remember 4 to the power odd. If you can represent the number as 4 to the power odd, then the unit digit will be 4. If you can represent the number as 4 to the power even, then the unit digit will be 6. Or if you can represent the number as 7 to the power 4n, then the unit digit will be 1, right? So just remember that, this will be more clear. Okay, so let's go to the next question. So this question is a quick question for you. Please solve the problem. This is from speed and distance. So a man can row a boat downstream in 14 km in 2 hours and 15 km in 3 hours in upstream. Find ratio of speed of boat and speed of water. So answer is given, but please solve the questions within very few seconds, so that you can manage the time in actual exams, right? Okay, so let me go to the next question, that is this: find the odd one out. So let me solve the problem. Before I solve, I hope you are solving the problems. Okay, so I hope you know what are the place value of each letters, right? If you don't know, then please watch the previous videos of TCS NQT. Access the playlist of TCS NQT. You will get the answers. I mean, you will get the place value, how to know that, how to know the shortcut and tricks, right? Okay, so find the odd one out. In this case, we have to know the place value very much, right? Because let me show you BYQ, right? So BYW, sorry, W, and what, UXC and ETO and DTU, right? So B is 2, Y is 25, and W is 23, right? WXYZ, right? And U is 21, under 21. X is what? Sorry, C is 3 and X is 24, right? And E is what? E5, and O is 15, T is 20, T20, right? And D means 4, T means 20, U means 21, right? I hope you know how to remember these, right? B means 2, Y means 25, W means 23, and U means under 21, X means 24, and C means 3, E5, T20, O15, D4, T20, U under 21. So as you can see the pattern, that is 2 plus 23 is 25, 21 plus 3, that is 24, 5 plus 15, that is 20, and 4 plus 21, that should be 25, but this is 20. So this is the odd, right? So DTU should be removed from this pattern. That means this is the odd, so odd this, that means you have to tick on that, right? So DTU will be the correct answer. Okay, so the next question is this. This is also a quick question for you. That is, let's say one has traveled one fourth distance with 59 kilometer per hour, another one fourth with 60. So calculate total average speed. Robin travels. So just you have to calculate the total average speed, right? So the answer is given. Still, try to solve the problem within very few seconds, so that you can manage the time, right? Okay, so the next question is, in a certain code language, frog is written as 634, then how boss will be coded as? So let me show you how will you solve this problem. Okay, so frog, right? So how frog can be written as 634? So let me show you. So frog, FROG. So F is 6, R is right to vote, that is 18, O is 15, G is 7, G7 submit. So if you square those and add those, let me see if this becomes 634 or not. So 6 square means 36, 18 squares means 324, and 15 square means 225, and 7 square means 449, right? So if you just add those quickly, so this becomes 9 4 14 plus 4 18 plus 6, that means 4, and uh, 2 plus 4, that is 6, plus 2, that is 8, plus 2 10, plus 3 3, and 1 3 through 5 and 6 634. Okay, so this becomes 634. So can this logic be okay with boss? So let me say it. So boss, right? So B is 2, O is 15, S is 19, and S is 19, right? So 2, if you square this becomes 4. 15 squares means 225, and 19 squares means 361. 19 square means 361. Sorry, 361, right? If you add those, this becomes 951, right? So this will be the correct answer. Okay, so let me go to the next question, that is this. The average of these, and actually I have been suffering from fever. That's why I will prefer you to go through the questions, whatever I have written here. These are actual questions asked in TCS NQT, so give important those. I'm just going to show you the questions, right? So these are the questions. Please pause and try to solve the problems. Okay. So in the next video, I'll show all the coding questions which were asked in TCS NQT on 29th April, 28th April, and 26th April as well, right? In a single video, I am going to cover all the coding questions. Okay, so these are the total questions which I had to show you. So as I am observing that there are mainly two type of questions asked in TCS NQT. This is the first type of problem. In this problem, you will be given two or multiple cubes or dices, and you will be asked what is the opposite of any digit. Uh, that can be like what's the opposite of 1, what's the opposite of 4, what's the opposite of 5, right? So in this problem, how will you solve the problem easily? So at the very first, you have to identify if there is any common number present in both cube or dices or not, right? So in this case, as you can see, 3 is present, and here also 3 is present, right? So, and you have to check if 3 is present in the same side or not, same face or not, right? So this is the upper, this is the down, this is the upper, this is down, right? And this is the right side, you can say, and this is right left side, you can say, right? So as you can see, 3 is present in the right side here and in this case as well, right? So you have to pick the common value at first. So 3 is the common value. So, and they are present in the same face, right? In the same side, same position. So you have to check those conditions. Then this is the rule that if the common value is present in the same side, then you can say the upper in this cube is opposite to upper in this cube, right? So that means 5 is opposite to 6 and 2 is opposite to 4, right? So you have to just know that. And the remaining is 1 and 3. So 1 and 3 is opposite to each other, right? So this way you can solve the problem very easily. Okay, so this is the first type of problem. So just remember it, and let me show you the second type of problem. In any dash problem, you have to pick the opposite values, right? Opposite pairs. So in this type of problem, the rule to pick the opposite values is every third element is opposite to each other, right? So here 1 and 3 is opposite because 1 2 3, this is the third element, and from 4 to 6, this is the third element, right? So I hope you understood. Okay, and in this type of problem, one, let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? So 2 is opposite to 4, 3 is opposite to 5 because they are third element to each other, and 1 to 6, this is also third element, right? So I hope you understood. So let's go to the actual problem which have been asked in exam earlier, right? So let's go to the question. So this is the first problem. So I hope you will pause the video and solve the problem, right? So let me solve this. I hope your answer will be also same as my answer, right? So the problem statement is select the number that will be on the face opposite to the one having 1. So you have to pick the value which is opposite to 1, right? So in this case, you have been given 3 cubes. But what I have said, that is just pick only 2 cubes in which a common values is present, right? So as you can see in 1 and 2, the common value 6 is present, right? So and the second task is you have to pick what is the you have to pick that if the common value is present in the same phase or not, same position or not. But as you can see, they are present in the upper both, so they are in the same position, right? So the conditions are matched, so that's why the 2 and 5 is opposite to each other, 2 and 5, and 3 and 4 opposite to each other. So 1 is remaining, that is 1 and 6. So the opposite of 1 will be 6, right? So the option 2 will be the correct answer. Okay, so now I'll show you the actual question screenshot that has been asked in the last TCS NQT exam. So the problem is this, right? So I hope you will pause the video and try to solve the problem. So the problem is you have to pick the opposite of 50, right? Opposite of 50. So I hope you are very much enthusiastic and you will give the answer in the comment section. Okay, so please motivate me by giving answers. Okay, so let's go to the next problem. But before I proceed to the next problem, I would request you to please have the prime materials of TCS NQT, in which I have included all the mock test and all the previous year questions that will be very much helpful to you. Okay, so please knock me at my Insta ID, instagram.com/tekno.uf. You will get it. Okay, so let's go to the next question. So the next question is open dias based problem. So as I have said earlier, that in this type of problem, what is the opposite, you know, right? So let me read the statement. That is, you have to find the opposite of 4 dots, right? Opposite of 4 dots. So let's go to the solution part. So 2, 6, 4, 1, 5, 3, right? So 1 is opposite to 3 and 2 is opposite to 4, right? So remaining is 1 and 6, so they are opposite to each other, right? So we have got our answer. That is, we had to pick what is the opposite of 4, and we got that 2 is opposite to 4, right? So correct answer will be 2. So I hope you got it, right? So that is very much easier, right? Okay, so actually the questions are easy, just you have to know the rule. Okay, so let's go to the next problem. So the next problem is this. So I hope you will pause and give me the answer in the comment section, right? So this is a open dash problem. So in this type of problem, the problem statement is the boxes that can be folded by folding the figure like this. Okay, so our task is to find what are the possible folding, right? Okay, so at first the task is we have to pick the opposite, right? So 1 is opposite to 3 as they are third element to each other, right? And 2 and 4 is opposite to each other, right? Because they are third element to each other, and 5 and 6 are opposite to each other. So the opposite element cannot be present in the same time in among these three, right? Because the opposite element are invisible, right? Okay, so as you can see, 2 and 4 are opposite, but they are present in the in this case, right? So this is eliminated. And 2, 5, 6, right? So 5, 6 are opposite, but they are present in this case, so this is also eliminated, right? Because the opposite element cannot be visible, right, in the same time. And 2, 3, 6, and in this case 2, 1, 5, 6, right? So 1, 5, 6, is this possible? 1, 5, 6, so no, because 5, 6 is opposite, so this is also eliminated. So only left with that is this third cube, third dias, right? So only 3 will be the correct answer. So I hope you understood, right? Okay, so let's go to the next problem. So the next problem is this, right? So the task is same. You have to just pick what combinations, what
folding can be possible, right? Okay, so let's go to the solution. Actually, you can see that 1 is opposite to 3 and 2 is opposite to 4, right? As they are third element to each other, and the blank is opposite to the blank. So let's go to the problem solutions part. So let's check it. So 1 is opposite to 3, right? And 2 is opposite to 4, right? So let's check it. So 1 and 3 cannot be present in the same time. So this is eliminated. And 2 and 4 is opposite. So 2 and 4 cannot be present at the same time. So this is also eliminated. So now we have to pick from 1 and last. I mean A and D. So let's check it what can be possible. Both A and D are possible, or only A or only D possible. Let's check it. So in this type of problem, there is a funda of clockwise and anti-clockwise, right? So let me solve that. So at first, let's fill this with all two which is present in this column, and let's fill this with all 4 in this which is present in this column. Okay, so you have to check the clockwise and anti-clockwise rotation. So as you can see, 1, 4 and the blank is present in clockwise rotation, right? And as you can see here, this is also possible that 1, 4 and blank is present in clockwise rotation, right? And let's check the D. So 3 3 blank and 2 is present in clockwise rotation. So 3 blank and 2 is present in clockwise rotation. So both A and D are possible, right? So this is how we had to pick the correct answer, right? So I hope you understood this type of problems, whatever I have shown you, right? So let's go to the last problem, which is a quiz problem for you. The problem is, so the problem is this, right? So I hope you will pause the video and try to solve the problem. But before you proceed, I would recommend you to have the prime materials of TCS NQT, in which I have included all the recent coding questions with answers, quants part, and all the previous year questions, mock test. If you want, then please DM me at my Insta ID, instagram.com/tekno.ef. You will get it. And be mindful, this is paid. Okay, so let's see. You know, for exam, speed, time, and distance is very important, and there can be 2 or 3 questions from this chapter only. Okay, so that's why we'll discuss speed, time, and distance is in this video. Okay, so before I show you the real questions, let's discuss some cases. Okay, let's say A and B running towards each other. Okay, A and B running towards each other with the respect of with the speed of x kilometer per hour and y kilometer per hour. Okay, so in this case, what should be the relative speed? So just remember, when two person or two thing coming towards each other, running towards each other with the speed of something kilometer per hour, okay, then the relative speed will be their speed, okay, x plus y or y plus x, assuming that the other person's speed is 0 or static. Okay, and the second case, this is the case 1. Okay, sorry, this is the case 1, and the second case is if they are running in the same direction. Okay, that means if A is running towards this direction with the speed of x kilometer per hour and B is running towards same direction but at y kilometer per hour. Okay, so in this case, what should be the relative speed? So just remember, relative speed for this case will be x minus y or y minus x mod. Okay, so that means whichever is greater. Okay, and just assume that the person who is ahead or who is in the front, his speed is 0 or static, and let's discuss, let's calculate the distance. Okay, so that's the way you have to calculate the relative speed. And there can be question like if A and B are running towards the same direction, then if A is having x kilometer per hour and B is having speed of y kilometer per hour, then when A will cross B, so this type of question will be asked, right? So let's discuss that question particularly. Okay, so let me just remove this. So A and B running towards the same direction, okay, at the speed of 15 kilometer per hour and 10 kilometer per hour respectively. Okay, so now tell me, if their distance is 500 meter, sorry, 500 meter, then when A will meet B? So this is very simple question, and this question is not going to come in the exam, but this is for learning purpose. Okay, so at first we have to calculate the relative speed. So relative speed for this case will be as they are going towards same direction. Okay, and this is from case 2, so you can just implement this formula. Okay, so 15 minus 10 will be 5. Okay, so 5 kilometer per hour their relative speed. So and you know that speed formula, time formula, right? So time is equal to distance by speed, and those both should be in the same unit. So 500 meter. Okay, so we have to convert this into kilometer. So if we convert this, then this becomes 0.5 kilometer, and the relative speed is 5. So this. Okay, so this way we can say that only 0.10 hour will be taken by A to cross B or to meet B. So I hope you understood, right? So if you understood, then please subscribe this channel and share this content with your friends so that they can also take help from this. Okay, and if you want the prime materials of any company, then please let me know in the comment section. Okay, and you can DM me at my Insta ID, instagram.com/tekno.ef. Okay, and if you want to discuss more, then join our Telegram channel t.me/ubk. Okay, so let's discuss the first question, that is the distance between two cities P and Q is 80 kilometer, right? So P and Q is 80 kilometer, and a cycle rider starts from P towards Q at 7 a.m. at a speed of 10 kilometers. So cyclists start from P to Q at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour, but at 7 a.m. Okay, and another motorcyclist starts from Q towards P at 8 a.m. at a speed of 25 km per hour. Okay, so motorcyclist starts from Q to P at a speed of 25 km per hour, but at 8 a.m. 1 hour later. Okay, so in this 1 hour difference, the cyclist already covered 10 kilometers, right? So that means let's assume the cyclist speed static or zero, then the motorcyclist need only 70 kilometers to cross this cyclist. Okay, so that means the distance 70 kilometer is needed to cover by the motorcyclist to cross the cyclist. Okay, so tell me what will be the relative speed in this case. So as they are going towards each other, then the relative speed will be x plus y, that means 10 plus 20, sorry, 10 plus 25. So 35 kilometer per hour will be the relative speed in this case. Okay, so we know that the time formula is distance by speed, right? Distance by speed. So distance is 70 kilometer and the time is, sorry, speed is 35, right? So our question was at what time will they cross each other, right? So the time we needed, so that's why t is equal to the total distance by the relative speed, that means 35 multiplied 2. So 2 hour needed to cross the cyclist by the motorcyclist. So let's see the actual question which was asked in the exam, right? So the distance between two cities P and Q is 300 km. A train starts from station P at 10 a.m. with a speed of 10 km per hour towards Q. Another train starts from Q towards P with a speed of 40 km per hour at a speed of 11 a.m. At what time do they meet? 12:50 p.m., 1 p.m., 12:20 p.m., 12:40 p.m. So what will be the correct answer? This is a quiz question for you. Please give the answer in the comment section. I'll love it. Okay, otherwise this will not be helpful if you don't try. Okay, so the next problem is quite same. Two cars start simultaneously from Ranchi and Kolkata and travels towards one another at a speed of 80 km and 130 km per hour respectively. When they met, one car traveled 150 km more than the other. Find the distance between Ranchi and Kolkata. So I hope you guessed how to solve the problem. Still, let's see if you are right or not. Okay, so I hope you already solved this problem. Still I am solving for you guys. Okay, so Ranchi and Kolkata, right? So distance between Ranchi and Kolkata we don't know. Okay, but one car is at a speed of 80 km per hour and the second car is at a speed of 130 km per hour. Okay, so we know that distance is equal to speed into time. So this car covered how much? This car covered distance is equal to 80. This is the speed and the time. So time, we don't know time, we don't know the total distance, but we know that this is going at the speed of 80 km per hour. So distance is equal to the speed multiplied by time, and for this car the distance will be what distance it covered, that is 130 km per hour speed multiplied by t, so 130 t kilometer it covered. Okay, so total distance is what? So total distance will be 130 t plus 80 t, so this becomes 210 t, right? So total distance between Ranchi and Kolkata is 210 t, right? So as we got information from this question that one car traveled 150 kilometer more than the other, that means 130 t minus 80 t is equal to 150, right? So that means that t will be 3 hours. Okay, so I hope you understood. So this will be the answer, that is 210 multiplied by t, that means multiply by 3, so 630 will be the answer. Okay, so 210 multiplied by 3, 630 will be the correct answer. Okay, so I hope you understood. Okay, so let's see another actual question from the exam. So the question is, two cities A and B are at a distance of 60 km from each other. Two persons P and Q starts from the first city at a speed of 10 km per hour and 5 km per hour respectively. P reached the second city B and returns back and meets Q at Y. Find the distance between A and Y, 40, 50, 30 or 55 km per hour. So I hope you will give the answer in the comment section. So if you can't solve, then please let me know in the comment section, and if you solve, then please give the answer in the comment section. Okay, and if you want more such content, then please subscribe this channel and watch the playlist regarding any company that you want, and please join our Telegram channel to get the real questions, to discuss more, to get the corporate details, corporate updates. Okay, and again I'm requesting you to have the prime materials, in which I have included all the recent coding questions, recent technical questions, mock test, recent aptitude questions, interview preparation materials. Then please let me know, and you can DM me at my Insta ID, instagram.com/tekno.ef. You will get it, and this is paid, still this is affordable. Okay, so I hope you will get it. Thank you for today's session.